The second part of this question, can you share some of the primary obstacles that young individuals face when starting out? When you talk about some of these issues, honestly, we always come back down to the issue of policies and, different administrations and whatnot. So let me come to you, Chukwu, with possible solutions to addressing some of these challenges that we're talking about here today.
All right. Possible solutions for these challenges. First, I would say the youth should also wake up. Because you can't stay and be saying, oh, they are not giving you finance and they are not giving you equipment or giving you trainings. We have to start collaborating. And that is what my organization is also doing. I and my colleague here, we've gone to secondary schools to sensitize young students in secondary school, teachers also, to let them know that they have to start learning this from an early age so that you start knowing the solutions, knowing how to plant your crops, knowing how to process them. And also, how were we able to do this collaboration, which in my leadership trainings, I usually tell the youths, if you wait for the government or the wealthy people to give you a handout, it might be very difficult. So we have to start looking at collaboration. I and my colleague here, we virtually do everything together when it comes to agriculture. And every time we talk about it, we look for ways that we can draw other youths into our cycle. Because, for example, if I am able to personally from my own businesses get about, let's say, 2 million naira, 3 million naira gathered that I want to put into an agribusiness. But because the machinery is cost 10 million, and then I have about 10 other youths who also have this 2 million, 3 million. But because if they go individually, they cannot be able to get this equipment. But if we come collectively, we can be able to gather up to maybe, let's say, 20 million. And we can now set up something standard, maybe a one-stop shop or a hub where we can be processing our products or anything at all that we want to do that will need bulk capital. 2 is we should continuously learn.
Yes.
Continuously grow ourselves. Most times we want to jump into the ending without going through the process. Personally, I have been learning, making sure I get all the knowledge that I can so that when I'm met with that opportunity to showcase my expertise, I will be excellent. Whatever you learn as a youth in the agribusiness space, make sure to transfer knowledge, because if you keep it to yourself and God forbid you die tomorrow, the knowledge dies with you. So make sure you find ways to the young ones, to the teens. Keep on sharing this knowledge, keep on sharing your idea, your vision to people when you meet them. And you don't know, you might be able to meet maybe the son of a very wealthy person who might have that resource that you are looking for.
And
then you will be able to, achieve your goal.
The rest is history. So speaking of technology is reshaping industries around the world, because now we found ways of infusing it when it comes to agribusiness. So it's not the old order of things anymore. In your perspective, Chukwu, what specific technologies or innovations could revolutionize agribusiness for young entrepreneurs?
There are a lot of technologies out there that can revolutionize the agribusiness space, but one major technology is irrigation, because we've been used to farming only during the rainy season, and during the dry season we are not able to have a lot of food out there in the market, and which it causes a lot of scarcity, causes a lot of price inflation and all that.
Precisely.
So I think irrigation is one technology we should look into, because we need to start doing dry season farming and making sure that there is food availability even during the dry season, and there is food production even during the dry season, and that can make us go all year round having every kind of food
crop that you could possibly think of.
Yes, all year round.
Echefu, let me come to you with that same question.
So talking about technology, I had mentioned earlier on communication, but now I want to expand more on food storage. As one who is focused on food processing, you have to really, really consider your food storage, technology. So I did a research after I had in the YAS project an assignment outside whatever I said, how can we store grains the best ways? So it gave me the push to go and do more research on how do we store grain. And I found out, as one who grew up in Abuja, among the Baggy people who are the locals, they have these huts that they build, and then they pour in their grains there and they seal it up. I don't know how they do that. So, and after all the research, even from the Seed Council of Nigeria, they found out that the ancient type of practice of seed storage it serves better than the technology. So
than the modern
while we're
technologies.
looking towards technology, we should know that our ancestors had technologies that they used to
really,
keep grains.
they did.
Because even
honestly.
the grain stored in fridges in Europe or in the Scandinavian countries where they have a lot of snow and other things, the highest they can stay is within that 3 years or more. If not, they start losing some kind of potency and the nutrients, or they cannot
and
grow
whatnot.
again.
Yes.
So that's why we have to start looking at other technologies that we used to see it as this is local. The technology that comes from China, if you take your own technology to them, they still see it as tech.
Because they will probably improve on that technology and make something more advanced.
Yes, and maybe build the house better or seal it better, or maybe look for some other kind of component to use. And then we have to also look at the climate aspect and then the area of networking. I've had more opportunities online than any other
platform.
Why? Because I try to engage online. I see some people, they off their data. They say they want to save data. Why are you saving data? We're in a jet age. We're supposed to have
you need to be reachable 24/7. Yes, it's no longer a luxury. It's a necessity now.
Especially as youth farmers, if you say you're a youth in agribusiness, you should be reachable. People should be able to write you from Kano to seek advice or to ask you about your product or to know more about. People from Omaha write me, and I'm in Abuja. As a matter of fact, the first person that patronized my product wrote me from South Africa and told me to supply to his sister who lives in Abuja here. So we must look at the technology already existing and build on them and then leverage on them. And when we had a lunch with the Embassy of Netherlands and we were having a discussion, they were like, what is it that we really need? I said we need innovative technologies. It's not that we don't have sharp brains who are into tech, who can bring new innovations, but let's look at the countries that have gone far in whatever various technologies we mentioned.
They've done.
And then we work, and then I said we can work from the three sides because Nigeria is still yet out of the agricultural age. Agriculture, industrial, and tech. We are currently in the tech age. But now we have the capacity as youths, as Africans, as Nigerians, to go on the three sides at once. We don't need to wait to go through the agricultural age, then now grow into the industrial age. No. We can go from all sides. Using social media, using whatever technology you can get, using the one that you know maybe the tractor or the hand tool that you know your brother has in this farm.
So I just want to backtrack a little bit. You mentioned the area of climate change. Now, we all know that it is a pressing issue. So how can young people in agribusiness contribute to sustainable farming practices and environmental conservation? As he said, I want to throw that to you.
Through precision farming, we can navigate it. Number one, establishment of greenhouse. If you have a greenhouse, you can produce your product all year round without any disturbance or maybe outbreak of diseases. So the irrigation system too is very important. And also the adoption of the technology and innovation, which is the greenhouse, and also to encourage us on this urban farming system. This will be very easier for you because at your back you have water inside your house, so the buckets of water can sustain the plant. So that's how we can navigate it.
So yes, Chukwu.
Also adding to that, when you talk about climate and technology, I would also bring in the solar because we have to look into green energy right now. My brother here talked about storage. You need a lot of energy for you to be able to store a lot of food. Another thing also is biogas, because when you're talking about climate and you're doing poultry, a lot of people don't know about biogas, whereby you convert the chicken dung or your animal dung in general, even human dung, into gas, and you can be able to generate gas that you can sell to the market or even use it in your farm. And we can also start looking at conversion of waste into compost manure. That way we can save our environment from all these wastes, from decayed products, and also from the disposition of animal waste. When you convert them, when you create this technology for biogas, you're able to store it and then you use it to create gas, and that way you've also saved your environment. And then also using solar energy, that way you will not be needing your generators or depending solely on electricity.
So looking ahead, what steps can we begin to look into to ensure that agribusiness remains a part of the conversation?
Agriculture is not something that has left the space.
It's still a part
there
of it.
up till today. In fact, the reason why any country is developing is agriculture, and the reason why any country is going down is also agriculture. If there is hunger, the country goes down. If everyone is eating well, the country develops.
goes
So,
up.
talking about agribusiness, what I would just say is flowing with innovation. As someone who is in
flow with
agribusiness,
the tide.
you must make sure you grow as the innovation grows. If it's content creation, start doing content creation with agribusiness.
Yes.
If we move into the era of high technology, move with whatever
With the tide.
innovation, because agriculture would always be there, whether we do anything or we don't, because we must always eat. Even if we go to mass, the first thing we'll start looking for is how to grow food or how to store food. So we must move with the trend, and that's the way we'll be able to stay dynamic and make sure that agribusiness stays to the end of time.